Welcome back to the show. It's been a lovely one thus far where we are discussing the future. The future is indeed our focus. And our next guest is helping individuals like us and athletes alike harness science, technology, and personalized care to optimize brain performance and overall well-being. Our guest is Dr. Craig, and he is the Chief Executive Officer of the Brain and Performance Center. Thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful. So for those who don't know, I know it's a wonderful DP World company. It's in JLT, right?
Correct.
Tell us more about the center.
So the Brain and Performance Center, largest hyperbaric medicine facility in the world. We're blessed to have it here in the UAE. So having an opportunity to change lives one step at a time, day by day.
I've driven past it and wondered what it was. Can you tell us a little bit more about exactly what happens in there for those who are wondering?
Sure, well, great question. We are, as I said, largest hyperbaric medicine facility in the world. So we have a combination of programs which helps people from a longevity space and health span. It also helps people from a indication space. So support with autism spectrum disorder, post-stroke, the ability to support children with cerebral palsy, for example. So it's a medical facility that has a combination of treatments that has hyperbaric medicine at the core.
Doctor, you've worked across continents. Can you tell us what drew you to start your business here in the UAE?
So the UAE has been home to me and my family for 30 plus years. And originally I came to the UAE in the hospitality space. Back then, running 5-star hotels was the thing to do, and it still is. But for me, that was the passion that brought me here. I originally worked for Disney, and to carry on my entertainment career here in the Middle East was definitely where I wanted to start. But it took time for me to understand that healthcare was my chosen space. A passing of my father gave me the opportunity to reflect and think, you know what? It's time to give back to society and to people now. And the blend of hospitality and healthcare was something that really excited me.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you a little bit more because I'm fascinated by this. Everybody today wants to be smarter, prettier, live longer, and I'm trying to learn more about performance medicine. My question to you is, how different is this from traditional medicine? And is this the same science that elite athletes use that we all have access to today?
For me, that's a really interesting question because quite honestly, everyone has access to this type of care. And our center, it's not a wellness center. It's not a center that, you come and maybe things will happen or maybe they won't. Everything is clinically and scientifically researched. We have a great deal of research protocols that support what we do. And when you go through the treatment program with us, you go through 3 days of assessments where you have the ability to then find where your baseline is. You then go through the 60 sessions of hyperbaric oxygen therapy program and the other adjunct therapies that we do have. And then you do the exact same assessment at the end. And you have the ability to measure the delta. So you see where people are improving, you see the domains. And it's a really exciting thing to see continual improvement.
I mean, I take my vitamins and my creatine, but do you think one of these treatments can help me? Because the older I grow, yes, I'm not quite as sharp or fast as I used to be. Do you think treatments like this is advisable for me to be more switched on, to help me focus better?
Yeah, I think when we say domains that can help, executive function, focus, critical thinking, all of these domains are things that we support in our healthy aging or our longevity programs. So from that perspective, we can measure baseline of where you are now, and we can also measure the results of the program to help you get to the next level. We have high performance athletes, we have average Joe and Jill, and we have a variety of people, some looking for that millisecond change, where we have F1 drivers or high performance footballers.
You can't
golfers.
name any names, can you?
We have some people that we work with that we can talk about. We have world champion boxer Hamza Shiraz with us right now. Okay. We had former England rugby captain Dylan Hartley. We have professional athlete golfers of Nicholas Colsaerts and Tommy Fleetwood. Wow. They are people that we can talk about. But there are people that are equally as high profile or even more high profile that unfortunately we can't share here
Oh, it's
today.
Ronaldo.
So with your centre being a highlight for a lot of people, and you're the only centre in the Middle East to get the Undersea and the Hyperbaric Medical Association accreditation, how did that help?
I think to have the UHMS accreditation for us was a seal of approval to say, you know what, one of the things that we do is recognized not only here in the Middle East, but internationally. We're one of only 3 facilities outside the US that are accredited, and it's a really proud moment for the team to be able to say, you know what, we are the facility that is recognized here in the Middle East, in the UAE, and here in Dubai. So it's a really proud moment for all of us.
For the average individual, should we be looking at your treatments as preventative?
You know, I think that there are, when you get to a certain age,
Yeah.
they are available for preventative medicine, but they are also able to support people that have indications or have faced, you know, medical illnesses or, you know, complications in their life. So there's an ability to see both sides.
How young do you take? How young are your youngest patients?
Our youngest patient right now in the center is just turning 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness!
Well, but this is, I mean, look,
Superhuman.
breathing and hyperbaric chambers are very, very important, and a lot of people need to understand and get to know more about this. So you're doing a fantastic job. What's the oldest that you have as well, then?
We had a client that was 104 years old.
Wow. That's how you get to that age.
Yeah.
So
Start at 2.
it's actually a really funny story why he came to the center. And, you know, he went through life and he said, you know, Craig, I had an amazing life. I could die tomorrow and I would be so very happy. But you know why I come here? I come here so my wife, my son, and my daughter don't have to feed me, don't have to take me to the bathroom, don't have to shower me. I come here for my independence. And that's really, like, to give people dignity in their aging process is definitely something that's really something to celebrate.
Craig, this is a fairly new technology, and there's a lot of hype about it these days, especially in the wellness space. I want to know what you're excited about the future of this type of industry. What can we expect to see in the next 10 years?
So hyperbaric medicine is not new. It's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, but the technology to be able to take it to the brain, which what we're doing, is relatively new. It's, you know, 10 years old, let's say. But what's coming now is predictive medicine. So things like how AI is involved in this process, how we do functional scans of the brain, how we're able to see how neurons within the brain space fire and not fire and be able to target treatment to that. So it's an exciting space, and with the research that the team is doing, it's ever evolving.
Are you working on something next right now
There
that you
are-
could tell us?
There are a number of next steps, but there are a number of exciting things that are currently working in this space now. I can say that the supportive care for children with autism spectrum disorder is phenomenal. Personally, my family has had an amazing support service from the center. My son was diagnosed with nonverbal autism from a very young age. And to go through the program, and for me as a father to sit back and hear him say, "Papa, I love you," from being someone who couldn't speak at all,
Amazing.
it just does something to you. And we see things like this happen every day. Children who were unable to walk from, you know, asphyxiation at birth and having cerebral palsy, being able to push up out of a wheelchair and take their first steps. Like, you cannot put a price on this type of intervention, and it's truly something that I and the team at the Brain and Performance Center are truly proud of.
I can only imagine. I'm sure we all had goosebumps
amazing.
when
Yes.
you shared that story. I'm sure it was very personal. Thank you for sharing that with us. One last question. We hear a lot of buzzwords today that is around the connection between brain resilience and productivity. My question to you is, what are some small practical tips that we can all apply on a daily basis? Doesn't have to be anything too cumbersome to improve our life daily performance.
I think one thing that's really important to me is take time to be you. You know, we're in a space here in the UAE where everything is go, 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 go. All day, all night, never stops. Now, as simple things as breath work, eating well, having exercise, the simple things that everyone always talks about, but no one ever makes time to do, is really, really important. And as we go into the end of the year and goals for 2026, people think, what's my New Year's resolution? And what I would say is this: you don't have to do anything fancy to be the best version of yourself. You just have to take time and invest in yourself. And I think that if we can do simple things like this, one foot in front of another, one step at a time, great things will happen to good people every single day.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Wow.
Thank you.
Words of
Yes,
wisdom
thank you.
and words for the future. Thank you so much, Dr. Craig. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. A
And,
pleasure being here.
We'll see you at the centre.
See you soon.
Yeah, definitely. And Lucy, been an amazing pleasure
Thank
to have
you
you
so
here.
much. Thank you,
Legendary
guys.
in the Dubai space. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
See you
having
again
me.
soon.